Happy New Year. I wanted to do a quick wrap up of my 2024 reading and what I'm looking forward to reading in 2025. So I ended 2024 with 4 books on my favorite of the year list. The first was Sisters in Arms by Kaya Alderson, which was a historical fiction novel based on the 688. If you watch the Tyler Perry movie on Netflix, then I highly recommend reading the book. It offers a little bit more detailed account of the experiences and what the journey was like from the formation of the unit to their return home after the end of the war. It actually made me want to read more Black historical fiction, so that is definitely on my to-do list for 2025. Second, I liked Sex, Lies, and Sensibility by Nikki Payne. It was a Austen retelling based on Sense and Sensibility. Um, I enjoyed it because it was one of the few rom-coms that I read that was actually funny. Um, yeah, so I actually laughed out loud when I read that, which is rare for me. So I always give books extra props if they're able to do that. Um, and then third, there was A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. That book had my whole entire heart. Um, I feel like she did so many layered things within that book. Particularly the way she spoke of the experiences during Jim Crow, and just Ezra's journey throughout that, but also kind of the search for love. Um, it was also actually funny and actually made me laugh. So that book, it will be a forever fave. And then the last one was a Harlequin Presents. One of my favorite romance moments of last year was basically the romance group just kind of banding together like Voltron to defend category romance. I think category romance is like the foundation of the romance genre, and so if you're not reading that, then you're not getting the full experience of all that romance has to offer. And so my pick, so Accidentally Wearing the Argentinian's Ring by Maya Blake was the only physical book that I read last year. The majority of everything else that I read was strictly audio. So I highly recommend that. It was just like immediate chemistry. The pacing was good. The plot moved the way you wanted it to. So, yes, those were my 4 favorite reads of 2024. And so, like I said earlier, in 2025, I intend to read a little bit more historical fiction. And so, I have one book already, and that book is Winch by Doreen Perkins Valdez. It was a recommendation, and so I think that's where I'm going to start it. I also checked out by Trisha R. Thomas. I'm also adding The Secret Keeper of Main Street by Trisha R. Thomas. And so when many moons ago I was in love with Napoli Ever After, that was like one of my favorite books and that whole entire series. And so it was a surprise to see that she had a new book out. And so I'll be getting into that one too at the first part of 2025. So yeah, that's my reading wrap up and what I'll be reading in 2024. So stay tuned.